ride with luck, some ride with death. But there was one outlaw who rode with flames, and the fire never once let go of him. Smoke curled off the trail he carved, burning hot through lands left charred. His horse kicked sparks with every stride, like hell itself rode at his side. Eyes lit red by the devil's grin, marking the sins that live within. Every town he passed grew maimed by the outlaw who rode with flames. Oh, fire chased me through the night, guide my rage beneath the fading light. If the world wants someone to blame, point to the outlaw who rode with flames. Scorched black coat in the shifting dust, carrying vengeance, smoke and rust. He never prayed, he never bent, his mercy burned wherever he went. Moon shone gold on the cracking ground, lighting the chaos wrapped around. Even the shadows whispered his name, the outlaw who rode with flames. Oh, fire chased me through the night, guide my rage beneath the fading light. If the world wants someone to blame, point to the outlaw who rode with flames. Maybe the blaze was all he knew, a truth too fierce, a past too cruel. Maybe the fire became his claim, for a man too broken to outrun flame. Oh, fire, roll out and wild, take the last breath of a cursed child. If the dust remembers men of shame, it'll recall the outlaw who rode with flames. By the time the ashes settle, all that remained was a heat in the wind and a legend nobody dared to follow. Hooves beating slow where the smoke grows thin, cracks in the earth where the flames begin. Ash on the wind like a whispered curse, every breath heavier than the last verse. The heat rising wild in a blood-red haze, riders made of shadows drifting through the blaze. Hooves echoing through the fireline, carrying every secret he tried to leave behind. Smoke in his lungs and fear in his chest, racing through the flames like a man unblessed. Night burned open with a devil's grin, the trail lit bright by the sins within. Sparks chasing hard at his weathered heel, truth on his back like a turning steel. No salvation waiting on the other side. Only burning memories he couldn't hide. Hooves echoing through the firelight, carrying every secret he tried to leave behind. Smoke in his lungs and fear in his chest, racing through the flames like a man unblessed. Racing through the flames like a man unblessed. The dawn broke cold on the blackened ground. Only echoes live where the fire's found. And the rider's soul, though scarred by time, still haunts the edge of the fire line. Tearing through the canyon spine, burning every memory he left behind. Tracks fading fast in the desert's breath. The name car once now swept to death. Sun beating down like a ruthless judge. Every mile daring his heart not to budge. Where a hot wind burned his name away, remembers yesterday. A ghost on a trail that forgot his face, lost to the heat in an endless place. Shadows melting thin on the crimson sand, he carried slipping from his hand. No prayer strong enough to hold the past, no fire gentle when the wind blows fast. Since he buried deep began to rise, scattered like sparks in the open skies. Where high wind burned his name away, only dust remembers yesterday. A ghost on a trail that forgot his face, lost to the heat in an endless place. Night from day, even the wind had nothing left to say. His name, once spoken in fear and flame, gone with the dust, none to reclaim. dark like forgotten days. Hat pulled low where the shadows creep, hiding the truths he can never keep. Every step echoes like a warning sign, a man shaved rough by dust and time. Ember eyes beneath a ragged hat, glowing like the past he can't turn back. Heat in a stare where the night runs flat, fire in the soul of a broken man's track. Smoke curling thin from a tired breath, carrying stories brushed close to death. Moonlight dances on his withered coat, a lifetime of sins he never wrote. The world grows still when he walks past, like it knows this fire wasn't meant to last. Ember eyes beneath a ragged hat, glowing like the past he can't turn back. Heat in his stare where the night runs flat, fire in the soul of a broken man's track. And when dawn crawls up the desert spine, those ember eyes dim but never die. Some flames burn slow in men like that, hiding deep beneath a ragged hat. They say every outlaw rides two roads, one toward the grave and one toward the fire. And some men don't get to choose which one finds them first. Tracks in the dust fade under the sun, but mine burned hot from the moment I begun. Hoof beats pounding like a judgment bell on a trail that led straight into hell. Smoke curl low from the sins I kept, names of the fallen where my shadow slept. Every mile felt like a warning yell. This was the trail that led straight into hell. Oh, the fire was waiting down the line, glowing red like a fate that once was mine. No turning back, no wishing me well. I rode the trail that led straight into hell. Walls whispered my crime, calling out the man I was in another time. A dying star hung heavy overhead, lighting up the ghosts of the words I never said. The wind grew cruel where the desert fell, whipping up the truth I never could tell. Ash took shape where my shadow fell, marking the trail that led straight into hell. Oh, the fire was waiting down the line, glowing red like a fate that once was mine. No turning back, no wishing me well. I rode the trail that led straight into hell. Maybe the lost ain't meant for life. Maybe some souls ride only at night. Maybe redemption was never my tale. Maybe I'm carved for the darker trail. Oh, the fire rose high beneath the swell, cracking open every story I failed to tell. If mercy lies, it never rang its bell. Not on the trail that led straight into hell. And when the dust finally settled, the earth kept the truth, and the trail kept the rest.
They say a man's footsteps outlive him, but only if the earth is willing to remember. Some trails burn so hot, the horizon itself tries to forget.
Worn thin by sinners' miles, trailing smoke across the dying wilds. Heat rising up like a judgment sign. Scorched boots walking a thinning line. Sun sinking low in a copper glow, painting my past in a fiery show. Every step felt like a quiet goodbye. Scorched boots on the fading horizon sky. Oh, the dust rose up like a final prayer, carrying the truth I left out there. No map, no mercy, no place to lie. Just scorched boots on the fading horizon sky. Ash clung soft to the leather seams, like the ghosts that haunt my broken dreams. The road behind me curled and bent, twisted with every sin I never repent. A lone crow circled the burning plain, calling out my forgotten name. Even the wind let out a weary sigh for scorched boots on the fading horizon sky. Oh, the dust rose up like a final prayer, carrying the truth I left out there. No map, no mercy, no place to lie. Just scorched boots on the fading horizon sky. Maybe the fire was always mine, blazing behind me line by line. Maybe a man ain't meant to get by when the horizon refuses to hold his story high. Oh, the red dust trembled as I passed through, leaving behind all I thought I knew, and the world watched quiet, letting me die. As scorched boots met the fading horizon sky. And when the last ember cooled, the horizon swallowed my trail whole, leaving nothing but heat where a man once stood. Oh,
some say the desert keeps its silence, but they ain't heard it on a wicked night. 'Cause when the wind shifts just right, the sand starts whispering in the devil's own voice.
Shaking on the canyon rim, heat rising up like a ghost to him. A low dark murmur beneath the dunes, humming deeper than the midnight tunes. My heart stood still as the shadows swayed, even the stars felt sharp and frayed. Then a whisper crawled through the endless void when the desert spoke in a devil's voice. Oh, the sand called out my name, sounded like fire wrapped in shame. No prayer could silence that awful noise when the desert spoke in a devil's voice. Every grain shimmered like burning coal, as if it knew the weight of my soul. A wicked laugh rolled across the plain, carried by the wind like a rattling chain. I felt the truth claw under my skin, all my sins found a place to begin. The night itself felt cursed and implored when the desert spoke in a devil's voice, 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 voice. Oh, the sand called out my name, sounded like fire wrapped in shame. No prayer could silence that awful noise when the desert spoke in a devil's voice. Maybe the damned ain't lost to flame, maybe they're trapped where the earth calls the name. And maybe a man don't get a choice when the desert speaks in a devil's voice. Oh, the red wind trembled as I rode on through, dragging the sins I thought I outgrew. Even dawn felt hollow, stripped of its joy, after the desert spoke in a devil's voice. And long after the wind died, I still heard it, that whisper car from heat and hell, calling me back. Out here, the wind don't just blow, it remembers. It spins every sin, every mistake, every ghost into something wild enough to chase a man down. Sunbaked gravel under my worn out boots, stories born from outlaw roots. The rising shivers in a heated glow, marking the path where the lost men go. Dust coils up like a serpent song, twisting the place where I've wandered wrong. Shadows spin where the wild winds flow, dust devils dancing on the Badland road. Oh, winds keep circling fast, drag my sense through the haunted past. If the desert knows what the darkness sold, let dust devils dance on the Badland road. Heat wave rising like a preacher's curse, calling my name in a voice rehearsed. Tumbleweeds roll like bones set free, marking the graves of the men like me. Thunder growls low from an empty sky, a warning shot from the days gone by. Still the storm pulls hard on my load, dust devils dancing on the Badland road. Oh, winds keep circling fast, drag my sins through the haunted past. If the desert knows what the darkness sold, let dust devils dance on the Badland road. Truth in the storm I rode spins with dust on the Badland road. Oh, winds tear through dust and bone, show a sinner where he stands alone. If redemption hides where the wild winds go, let dust devils dance on the Badland. The storm finally quieted, the tracks behind me were gone, but the road ahead still knew my name. A man can lie to the world, but the desert, it'll drag the truth out of his lungs and turn it into a storm. Heat rolls low across the broken plain, stirring the ghosts I tried to chain. My breath turns dry as a dying oak, carving a path through desert growth. Shadows twist hard in the swirling haze, like they remember my darker days. The sky turns red with the weight of death, a sandstorm born from a sinner's breath. Oh, winds, come tear me down, drag my soul across this burned out ground. If the dust speaks truth beneath this depth, it's a sandstorm born from a sinner's breath. Through the choking sky, marking each wrong I fail to justify. The storm roars loud like a wounded beast, hungry for men who broke in peace. My heartbeat thunders against the gale, fighting the curse in every exhale. The desert house stealing was left, a sandstorm born from a sinner's breath. Oh, winds, come tear me down, drag my soul across this burned out ground. If the dust speaks truth beneath this depth, it's a sandstorm born from a sinner's breath. Oh, maybe it's here to break my will. Maybe you face what the night bequeaths when the storm is shaped by a sinner's breath. Oh, winds blow clean through dust and bone, strip me bare till I stand alone. If redemption lives in the storms I step, let it come to sandstorm, born from a sinner's breath.
And when the wind finally settled, the silence felt heavier than any storm I'd ever made.
They say the devil don't leave footprints. But out here in this burned out country, you can see where he's been, etched in the ash and the bone of the road.
Black wind cutting through the canyon dust, rattling the chains of the men I trust. Boot steps echo on the charred red ground, marking the places where sin was found. Smoke still rising from the midnight rocks, whispering tales of the devil's knocks. Every mile feels cursed and locked on ash trails where the devil walks. Oh, fire keep burning wild, I've ridden too far to stay mild. If the night wants blood and this talks, I'll ride the ash trails where the devil walks. Red moon hanging like a hunting knife, shining down on a gambler's life. I played with fate till my hands ran dry, betting my soul on a whiskey sky. Ghosts of the damn shout from the pines, calling me back to the old hard lines. But I keep riding through flame and shot on ash trails where the devil walks. Oh, fire keep burning wild, I've ridden too far to stay mild. If the night wants blood and it talks, I'll ride the ash trails where the devil walks. Maybe the price for running free is dancing with what you swore you'd never be. Maybe some roads twist like locks, leading straight where the devil walks. Oh, fire roar through the dust and bone, I ain't afraid to ride alone. If destiny knocks with iron shocks, I'll die on the ash trails where the devil walks. Tracks were gone, but the heat in the air told me he wasn't far ahead. And hell knows, I kept riding.